Good morning, children. How you all are doing? I hope you all are doing well, and I hope that now you are getting used to this new method of teaching, like online teaching. You are watching the videos, you are seeing the presentations, the audio files, and your PDF files, and I hope you are getting accustomed to them and you are enjoying them too. All right. Now, till now, I have been sending you Excel lessons through YouTube videos. Means the videos that I have found on YouTube and that was quite relevant with the topics that are there in your book. I was sending you the links. Now, some small topics were left, like as you can see the list here. Now, instead of finding different videos for all these topics separately, I have prepared my own video and I am going to give you an online demo of all these topics that you are seeing here. Like today we are going to cover sorting and filtering. What is sorting and filtering in Excel? And what is printing? What do you understand by cell referencing? What is autofill feature? And what do you understand by conditional formatting? Okay, now let us begin them one by one. As you can see here, I have prepared a sample data. Like you can see, it is the result sheet of class 10th. I have few names and the subjects and the total and percentage listed here. Now we are going to practice those features onto this data. The first feature that we talked about is sorting. Okay. Now what is sorting? Sorting means arranging the data on the basis of a field. You are seeing here, you have various fields like English, Hindi, Maths, Computer, Total and Percentage. Now right now the data is not in any order. It is not in any order on the basis of any of the field. Now I wish to arrange the data on the basis of one field, let us say on the basis of total. And I want to see that whose total comes or whose total is the highest comes on top, then second highest, third highest, and so on. Now, how to arrange them? Well, the method is first you select the data that you wish to arrange. Okay, you are seeing here, I have selected the data, only that data that I need to sort. Then you are seeing here there is a data tab. Okay, let me zoom it for you. You are seeing on your computer there is a data tab. You click on this data tab and you get various options like you have from access, refresh all, and here you are seeing an option like sorting. Okay, you click on the sort button and this is a sort dialog box that is going to come. It will ask you on the basis of which field you wish to sort. I'll say on the basis of total. Sort on values and order it is saying smallest to largest. You can see here smallest to largest. Now this means the person or the student who is having the smallest total will come on top. But my requirement is that the person who is getting the highest total should come on top. So I can very easily change the order from here largest to smallest and I click on OK. Now you see here the whole data has been arranged according to the total. The student with the highest total comes on first, then second highest, third highest and so on. And I can very easily make out which student has topped in the class. Okay, so this is about sorting. And sorting, you can, if you wish to do sorting on the basis of name, like I want to arrange them on the basis of alphabetical order, again you are going to select the data, go to sort, and now instead of total you can choose name. Z to A to Z means they will get arranged in the alphabetical order. Click on OK. Now you see here again Abdul, Ashok, Deepa, Deepika, they are arranged on the basis of name. Alright, so this was about sorting. I hope you have understood what sorting means. Now let me undo this and get back to the data that was there on the alright. Now second topic was filtering. Now what filtering is? Filtering is that you do not want to show some rows. Okay, like out of these 6 names, I wish to hide few rows based on a condition. Okay, let us practice it. Again, click on the data or select the data that you wish to filter. This is your filter button or filter icon. Here. Click on filter, and if you notice, you are going to get these drop down menus on all the headings. You are seeing here, these are the drop down. Fine. Now when you click on any of these, suppose I want to see on the basis of percentage, and I say number filters, percentage, only percentage greater than, let us say 70 or 60%. Click on OK. Now you see here, out of 6, only 4 names are visible. The rest 2 names have been hidden. They are not deleted, they have been hidden. And you see here, a filter icon or a filter symbol is shown here. If you see, a filter symbol is shown on percentage field. That means this field has been filtered. You can remove the filter by clicking here, and you can say select all. Or you can go here and again you click on OK. Now see, the filter is removed, and again you are getting the drop down arrows only, and the whole data is visible. If you wish to remove filter, again go to the filter button and click here, and filtering facility is off. So I hope both the topics are clear, what is sorting and what is filtering. Now next topic is printing. You know what printing is. After preparing this data, okay, this is the data that I have prepared. This is the, you can say, a result sheet. Now suppose I want to take printout of this. Alright, to take the printout, I'll go to the file menu, and there is an option print. Now when you click on print, this is the print dialog box that is going to open. You are seeing the preview here, how the printout will look like, and you have some various options here, like which printer you are going to print on. If you have one printer attached or you have another printer that you are sharing on the network, you can select which printer to send the printout. Then you have what you want to print. Active sheet means only the sheet that you are seeing will be printed. The whole workbook on only the data that you have selected. Collate means suppose there are 3 pages in the document, you want to print them in the order 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, multiple copies. And non-collate means the printouts will be there, but if 3 copies are there, first page will be printed 3 times, then second page, then third page, like this. But most commonly the people use collate method. Portrait orientation, this is the portrait orientation in which the paper is lengthwise or longer and widthwise smaller. Landscape orientation, you can change it to landscape, in which your paper changes in this way. You are seeing it here. And when you finally click on print, your copies, number of copies you can mention here, how many copies you want, those many copies will be printed. You can escape and return back to your original worksheet. Alright, now this was about printing. Next topic was, after printing, we wish to learn what is autofill. Now what autofill is? Autofill is a feature that allows you to fill values automatically on a sheet. Like for example, I take you to sheet number 2. I wish to write few numbers, or you can say a list of students I am preparing. Then I am going to write only the first 2 values, select them, and this small black square that you are seeing here. You are seeing this small black square. This is called as fill handle. You click on this and then you drag it. You are seeing this is known as autofill, and this applies not only to numbers, it also applies to your weekdays also. Suppose I type here Sunday, again I drag the fill handle, it is going to draw the whole series. Also applies to your month names. So it sees how much difference is there between the 2 numbers. Like suppose you want to print, you want to write table of any number. Suppose I write 5 and then 10. Select both of them and then drag it. Okay, you are going to get the table of 5 immediately by this autofill method. So this is very useful way. You can use it many a times as and when required. Fine. So we have learned so far sorting, filtering, what is autofill and what is printing. Now we are going to see what is cell referencing. This is a very important topic. Please pay attention and see on the screen carefully. Now cell referencing means, suppose these are two cells, alright. 2 is written in A2 and 4 is written in B2. Now when you add these two numbers here in C2, you know the formula is equals to A2 plus B2. And you press enter. You are getting the result and you see what formula shows you here in the formula bar is equals to A2 plus B2. Now when you copy paste this formula, okay, suppose there are few more numbers here like 4, 9. I want to add these numbers also. Now we know that copy means if I copy this formula or this cell here, I should get 6 only. But you see what happens when you copy this and paste it. You are getting not 6 but 13, the addition of these two numbers. So what is happening when you copy paste a formula, the cell referencing inside that changes. You are seeing on 6 it is A2 plus B2 and on 13 it has automatically changed to A3 plus B3. Alright, how it happens? Because when you copy paste a formula, Excel takes it as relative referencing. Relative referencing means there is a relation between this cell and these two cells. And what is that relation? The relation says that this cell should be adding or should be having the addition of two cells to the left hand side of this cell. Okay, like 2 plus 4 is equals to 6. And when you copy it here, it takes the same relation, means addition of these two numbers. So wherever you paste this, it is going to carry the same relation. This is relative referencing. Now another kind of referencing is absolute referencing. Absolute referencing is used somewhat like this. Okay, suppose I wish to create a table of any number. I enter the number here, 8. Now I type the formula here by the relative referencing first. Suppose is equals to this number multiply by this number. Now first result I am going to get correct. But when you copy paste it, this is a quicker method of copy paste by dragging the fill handle. Now see, why only first result is correct, rest result are not correct? Because it is using relative reference. What relative reference is? This cell is multiplying a cell left to itself plus 2 cells to up of that. Means it is multiplying 8 and 1 here. Similarly, when you copy paste it here, again the same reference, cell to the left and 2 cell to the upside, means it is multiplying 2 to this blank cell, and blank cell means 0. So 2 into 0 is 0. Similarly, here you are getting 3 multiply 1. Here you are getting 4 multiply 2. Now to solve this problem, we have another referencing called absolute referencing. What happens in that? When you type the formula here in the starting, is equals to, we are going to use the dollar symbol, dollar B and again dollar 1. Now this cell 8 dollar B dollar 1 multiply by this cell. Okay, now you see the formula here. I double click. Dollar B dollar 1 makes it absolute. Absolute means this cell reference is not going to change even if you copy it to some other cell, but B3 is going to change. So how it works? See it here. Now when you drag this, you are going to get the correct table of the number 8, and you see how the cell referencing is changing. On the first it was dollar B dollar 1 multiplied by B3. Okay, when you take it to the second one, see the referencing here. It is dollar B dollar 1 multiplied by B4. Only the next cell referencing or the second cell referencing has changed. because it was relative. It is not having the dollar symbol, so only that is going to change. Here, okay, sorry about that little technical problem there. So let us continue. As I was explaining to you all, as you can see here, here the formula is $b $1. This makes this cell absolute, means as you copy paste this formula, only the second cell reference is changing, means the cell reference of B3, B4, B5, B6, only these are changing here, but $b $1 means this cell remains fixed as it is taking the number 8 from there. So 8 will be multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and so on one by one. So this is the use of absolute referencing. When you are copy pasting a formula, the absolute reference part doesn't change, means $b $1 is not going to change when you copy paste it, but the another cell reference that is not absolute, that is relative, that is going to change. So this is the benefit, and we use them as and when required. Okay, by default means when you start working in Excel, by default when you copy paste, the referencing is relative referencing. So wherever you copy paste a formula, it is going to take the same relation it was having in the original cell. All right, now the last topic that remains is of conditional formatting. It's a very interesting topic, plus also very useful. How to use that? See, now conditional formatting means, now this data I want to give separate color to the totals having value more than a particular value, or I wish to show the result in such a way that students who are scoring more than the particular value of percentage, they should be shown in different color or different fill color. How to do that? You select this field, suppose I am selecting these cells, okay, and I apply conditional formatting. This is the conditional formatting button here, as you can see on your home tab itself, conditional formatting. All right, you click on this, highlight cell rules, means you want to highlight and you wish to tell which rule should be followed. So it is, let us say, greater than. In these cells, format cells that are greater than, I choose the value, or you can type the value. Suppose I take here greater than 400, and it should be formatted with red text or red border, or you can even custom format. So I take here light red fill, okay, and I click on all right. Now you can see on the basis of the condition that I have given, these cells, because they are having the total more than 400, the fill color has changed to light red. So this is conditional formatting. When you wish to remove it, you select that data, again go to this, and you can say clear rules from the selected cells, and you see it returns to your original format. You can apply this to any field or any condition you can create. So this was all about conditional formatting. So I hope the topics that I have told you today, you have understood them. In case you haven't understood it in one go, you can see both the videos again, and all the doubts will be cleared. If you have a computer or a laptop at home, then of course you must practice this at home. Others can watch the videos and it will make all the things clear. Please do the question answers that I am sending along with this video lesson in a PDF file, and submit your work regularly, and on the same, try to submit it on the same day the lesson is sent to you. But in case you are unable to do it, submit it by the next day positively. All right. So please stay home, stay safe, and get used to this new method of teaching soon, so that we both can be comfortable with it. Wish you all the best and all the good luck. Thank you till we meet in the next class.